συμβαίνει, είστε καλά?
Κοιτάει με αγρίνες ύψη.
Μα τι έγινε?
Πληγώσα τον ώμο μου.
It's his shoulder.
Yes, looks like the jack slipped and the truck came down on his back. That's not going to do a lot of good.
You English?
Yes, I am. Are you?
Help me up.
Go on up.
Oh! That's going to do me a lot of good.
Don't worry about that. Think about your shoulder.
It's just a bruise. I'm all right.
Where's the nearest doctor?
I would think Annapolis.
I don't need a doctor. I told you I'm all right.
No, for God's sake, man, don't be stupid. You've obviously broken something, probably your collarbone. You may have other injuries. Whether you like it or not, I'm going to take you to a doctor. Now, come on.
Okay, he was right. It was a broken collarbone. But you don't understand. I need that engine on that truck fixed. It's urgent.
That's not going to happen today, is it? Not now.
No. What the hell will I do?
Where have you come from?
Merigala. They'll be worried about me if I'm not back today.
I could drive you there.
There's no help. There's no point. I've told you. I need to have the gearbox and the injector repaired. Before I do anything, I've got to fix the wheel on that damn pickup.
Well, why don't you telephone them and explain what's happened?
I would be surprised if there is a telephone in Meligala. It's only a small village high up in the mountains. I doubt if there is even electricity there.
No. No telephone, no electricity. Only animals and people.
Well, in that case, your friends are just going to have to worry, aren't they? But I do have a friend who has a garage who could go out and mend the wheel on that truck and maybe fix the rest of your gear.
How long would that take?
I don't know. Depends what the damage is.
Well, I need teeth for the gearbox and the injector repaired.
Shouldn't take too long. You could be back in Medigala tomorrow. I tell you what, I have a spare room. You can stay the night with me if you like.
Not a much alternative, do I? What the hell's that going to cost me?
I don't usually charge guests.
I should hope not. The cost of the repairs, I hadn't taken that into account, and the doctor's fees.
Right, in you come. This way. Let's stand there. You manage the door, okay? Right, I'll show you upstairs to your room.
What?
I said I'd show you upstairs to your room.
Later.
But the doctor did say...
I know, rest, but later. Gotta talk to the man from the garage first, get him to bring that pickup in.
I can do that for you. I've got to drop the lady home. It's on my way. It'll be more than a couple of hours.
Well, I'll wait for you. Gotta hear what he says, then maybe I'll lie down for a while.
Yes, I'd do that if I were you. I'd take it easy. What's your name, by the way?
Neve. Duncan Neve.
Hello, I'm Alan Haldane, and this is Mrs. Safiri, Anika. Well, I'll see you shortly, then.
Goodbye, Mr. Neve.
Aye.
And thank you.
Thanks.
Oh, yes, do make us over at home. There are glasses there.
Such a charming man. So gracious, eh? He speaks Greek well.
Yes, he does.
Why?
Did I ask him to stay with me? He interests me.
speak to the man from the garage?
Yes, I spoke to Apostolos. As a matter of fact, he's already gone out to pick up your truck. He says he can fix the gearbox, too. This is a friend of mine. He won't overcharge you.
Ah.
You a Stefan Grappelli fan?
What?
I said, do you like Stefan Grappelli's music?
Oh, that? Yes. Had all his records once.
But not now.
No, not now. You design boats, then?
Yes. I built a few in my time, too.
Had a look. Impressive.
Thank you. What do you do?
Oh, this and that.
You've been on Crete long?
Some time.
You know, from what Anika tells me, this Meligala is way off the beaten track. What are you doing up there?
I live there.
All right, well, you better go and get some rest. Your room's upstairs, second on the right.
Right.
Need any help?
Climbing the stairs.
I thought you might want to take your clothes off.
I can manage. Sorry, my manners are not very good, are they?
No.
It's just that people I don't know, I don't seem to get on with them very well.
Yes, I would say that was true.
Well, maybe it's because I've been out of touch with strangers for so long.
Maybe, but now would be a very good time to make some effort, wouldn't it?
Well, this business with the truck hasn't helped. Having the engine out of action was bad enough, but now all this extra expense.
Yeah, well, all right. Get your head down for a time. Tonight we'll eat at that taverna on the corner. Food's very good.
But
all right, it's on me.
And of course, Knossos. You must see Knossos. Everyone goes there.
Oh, yes, I want to go there, don't you, Len?
Of course. Can't go home without seeing all there is to see. But it's a long way from here, isn't it?
There are excursions from Agios Nikolos by coach. I can arrange it for you if you wish.
Well, that sounds like a good idea. How about that, Mary? You wouldn't mind going on a coach trip, would you?
I prefer it. Rather that than having you drive on the wrong side of the road. What about this place?
Spinalonga. There is not much to see over there. It's just an old leper colony.
Our friends went last year and they said it was strange.
Yes, it is strange. If you really want to go there, I can arrange that also.
What part of England are you from?
Midlands.
It's a pretty big area. What do you mean, Warwickshire, Northants?
Round there.
You were in business, were you?
You want my full biography?
No, I was just interested.
20 questions, that what we're playing?
All right, I'm sorry.
Len? Leonard,
Sorry, what?
Mr. Vasilakis wants to know if you'd like another brandy.
Oh, no thanks. Yes, sir.
Yeah. If I can be of any help, let me know.
Oh, that's nice of him, isn't it? To make all the arrangements for us, I mean. Still, I expect he gets commission. Len, whatever is the matter? You look as if you've seen a ghost.
Do you know, Mary, I think I might have done. You fit?
Ready when you are.
Stay here, will you?
But I want to go up to our room. I left my postcards on the bed.
I'll get them for you in a moment. Please.
Yeah, well, I shouldn't worry about the spare parts. Apostolos will probably just cannibalize a lot of that junk he keeps around the garage. It's what he usually does. That's what keeps his prices down, at least to people who know about it.
Good evening.
Evening. Who are they?
What do you know? Tourists staying in the taverna, I expect.
English? Obviously. If I can't hang around here for long, Haldane, I've got to be back at Meligala tomorrow. It's very important. Hello.
Oh, morning. Have a good night?
Not bad. Woke up quick enough when I turned to my side. This shoulder, I feel so useless. Yours?
Yep.
You've modified the traditional design.
Oh, very little.
Nice job. I came to ask for the garages. I want to see how they're getting on.
You want to put some pressure on, do?
I told you I've got to get back today.
All right, well, don't push too hard. Remember that man brought that truck in yesterday as a favor to me.
Oh, I'll be as smooth as Kissinger.
That I would like to see. All right, if you go there, ask for a man called Metatarkis. He runs the place.
Right.
I usually have a late breakfast in that taverna where we had dinner last night. I'll be there in about half an hour. Like to join me?
Sure.
Good morning.
Morning.
Lovely day.
Yes, it is lovely.
Καλημέρα, Λέανδρος.
Καλημέρα, Elena. Τι κάνεις?
Καλά, πολύ καλά. Ευχαριστώ. Εσύ?
Καλά. Come on, where's that coffee? I've been looking forward to it all morning.
As always.
As always.
Have you been working on the boat? It is already beautiful again. And soon it's going to be in the water once more, eh?
Very soon.
And later on, you are going to see my Aunt Anita, aren't you?
No, I don't think I am, not today.
She's going to be very disappointed.
Really?
I think so.
You know, I think you think too much.
Καλημέρα.
Amara.
Yep. Everything all right?
Yes, your friend Apostolos has mended the puncture. He says the gearbox and the injector will be ready by 1.
Good. You want something to eat? Coffee, man?
No, I never eat breakfast. I'll have a rachi. Crystal.
Παρακαλώ.
How did you find Apostolos?
He's talkative.
Yes, he is that.
You didn't tell me you were the Leandros, the Englishman that fought with the Andartes during the war.
You want my full biography? Fair enough. You know, considering you don't look too happy.
Apostolos wants 2,000 drachs for what he's done.
I wouldn't have thought that was unreasonable.
No, it isn't. The trouble is I've only got about 800.
All right, I'll lend you the difference.
No, there's no way I could ever pay you back. But I'm not proud. I accept charity. You can write it off as your contribution to the preservation of an endangered species, Homo sapiens.
Well, I suppose that's a worthwhile cause. I'll make another contribution, if you like. I'll drive you back to Madagascar.
No.
Well, come, you can hardly do it on your own.
Right, thanks.
Do you want another racket?
No.
What are you doing?
I'm stealing.
Anita, I ask you, I beg you for the last time, give up this man. See no more of him.
Give me a reason.
Because of what he is, a foreigner.
I told you before, this is not reason enough.
Because I ask it then, for no other reason than that. Because I am your mother and know what is best for you to protect you.
I'm sorry, you asked too much.
You would put him first, even before me. The one who gave you life, your own blood.
Before everything, if you force me to make such a choice. And you must know this, Mother. I will marry him.
He has asked you?
No, not yet, but he will. Of that I'm certain. And my only regret is we will marry without your blessing. Goodbye.
Did she see you?
No,
And did you hear?
everything from outside the door.
She must not marry that man.
No.
Then you know what must be done.
Παιδιά, ο κύριος Στάνε ξαναγύρισε. Κάνε κύριε Στάνε, γιατί αργήσατε.
had to explain to them what happened. Kyrios Haldane, Mrs. Vasilis Kagliadis.
Καλώς σας έκαμε.
Head man of the village. Spiros Sintanas, his brother Lucas.
Λέτε.
Where the hell have you been then?
Had a slight accident.
So I see.
Fixing the wheel, the jack slipped, the truck hit my shoulder, broke my collarbone.
Did you get the gearbox fixed?
Yes.
And the injector?
Yes.
How long are you going to be like that for then?
Doctor says a few weeks.
Teach you to take more care, won't it?
I doubt that. This is Alan Haldane, English. He's staying in Ilunda.
Hello.
Been very helpful. Meet Sam. Samantha.
You'll be hungry, I suppose.
You're drilling a well.
We were. We've been down 80 feet. Nothing. Not a trace. When we started this one 6 weeks ago, the gearbox cocked out.
6 weeks ago?
We had to raise the money to repair it.
Engineering, that's your line then, is it?
No, but I know something about it. My father was a water engineer, and my brother.
And that bore you're working on up there, that's the first one you've sunk here?
5th in 3 years.
You've been here that long?
Longer, 8.
Only 5 bores in 3 years. How deep do you have to go down?
Oh, not that deep. But you've seen what we've been working with. We haven't been drilling full time. Men of the village have other work to do. They take in turns to lend a hand. And even a shoestring operation like this doesn't cost nothing. Finance is something we're short of up here.
Well, doesn't the government give grants for things like that?
Well, sure, if you know the right people, if you've got sufficient pull. And now that we've got democratia, if there are sufficient votes to be picked up at election time. But what's Meligala worth to any politician? Who gives a damn whether there's water in this place or not? Who cares? Except the villagers.
You do.
Drilling was your idea, was it?
I got it started.
So far, no luck.
No, but the water's there.
Why are you so sure?
Because when I first came here, there were 2 springs. Hardly more than a trickle, but good water, just enough. And then about 3 years ago, it dried up.
Well, maybe that was it. Perhaps there isn't any more.
There is more. The signs are right. One day we'll tap it, if not with this bore, then with the next.
And if you're wrong?
No more, Meligala. Simple as that. Water isn't just the lifeblood of a Cretan village. It's the reason it's there. But I'm not wrong.
Is that shoulder giving you trouble?
Yes. Aching a bit. Think I'll turn in. Good night. I'll get Spiros to drive you back, but not tonight. That's a bloody awful road in the dark. Tomorrow, I'll give you any problems?
No problems. Can you lend me a razor?
Oh, sure. Oh, simple accommodation, not like your place. But there are no bugs.
Thanks.
For what? It wasn't a generous impulse, and you've no real alternative, have you? Anyway, you've paid for your board and lodging in advance.
Good night. Can I do anything?
It's done. take that lamp with you when you go to bed.
Thanks. Morning.
Morning.
Do you know, I think this can be made to work more efficiently.
What do you suggest?
Well, I couldn't sleep last night, and I was thinking about it, and I made a drawing.
Would it be difficult?
No, not really.
Something they could handle?
Yes, I could help them.
Do you have the time?
Providing I'm back in Lunda tomorrow.
Show me your drawing.
All right, I left it in the house. I'll go and get it. Sam? Sam, you all right? There it is.
Was Sam in the house?
Yes. You see, look, if you jack the whole thing up like this, that'll save a lot of wear and tear caused by vibration. Now, the guys, if you put them here, here, and here, that'll prevent the rig at any time moving...
Was she alone? She was with Spiros, wasn't she? They were making love.
You know about it?
Oh, yes.
Well, it doesn't matter.
That was a good day's work. We can start drilling again now. Spiros will drive you back to Alunda first thing in the morning.
Fine.
On your pull up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Pieces.
I must go and have a word with Vasilis Kalatsis. Need all the men possible at the drilling tomorrow. Won't be long.
Did you tell him?
No.
Didn't need to, did you?
No, he guessed.
It's no secret.
He loves you,
I know.
and you're just using him.
Using. Living up here in this god-awful place, living like this. God, that's a load of crap. You've got to be out of your skull if you think that.
Why'd you leave him?
Because he gave me back my life. Because he is my life, that's why. Did he tell you about me? How we met?
No.
Well, he found me. And I mean just that, found me. Lying on the side of the road. I was on drugs, the needle, the whole bit. I got hooked when I was in Turkey. Living with a fellow I'd hitched out from England with. A fellow I thought I was in love with.
Didn't your parents have anything to say about that?
I was 21. Anyway, they couldn't have cared a damn. Well, he and I bummed around for a bit, then there was some trouble. Turkey got to be a heavy scene, so we split and ended up here in Crete. That was when he left me. He got bored and went off with someone else. So one last fix, and he was up and away. Suddenly I was on my own. A junkie. Alone. With nowhere to go and no money. Not a penny. When Duncan found me, withdrawal had really got to me. Things were really very nasty. I was a mess, a real mess. So he brought me back here and told me he was going to get me off drugs. And he did. the hard way. There were times when he had to tie me down to stop me ripping myself apart with my fingernails. I spat at him, I swore at him, I wished him dead, and when that didn't work, I offered to sleep with him, do anything, just so long as he got me a fix. He didn't care a damn about the names I called him, and he wouldn't take me up on my offer. Every day he washed me and fed me, and at night, when things really got rough, he'd sit up with me and hold my hand. Gradually, and I mean gradually, I began to lose the craving. Till finally one day it was gone altogether. I wasn't cured. I'll never be cured, I know that, but I'd kicked the habit. When he was satisfied I was okay, Duncan drove me into Heraklion and bought me a ticket back to England. Took just about every cent he had. At the airport, he gave me 5 £1 notes, kissed me on the cheek and drove off. I sat there in the terminal and thought about him. About what he'd done, how I felt about him. It's then that I knew I didn't want to leave him. I couldn't leave him. So I cashed in my ticket and headed back here. I love him. And if you give me any crap about it being a father fixation, I'll... He's my man and he's proved it to me in bed. He still proves it to me.
Not often enough, obviously.
Oh, that's my problem. Anyway, that doesn't make him any less of a man. If you should ever be half the man he is, be proud, because he's very special. Now what he did for me, he's doing for this village. He's saving it. When the springs went dry, the villagers were all for giving up. 1 or 2 of the younger ones did drift away, and the place began to die. But then Duncan persuaded the others not to quit. He felt he owed them something. When he first came to Maligalai 8 years ago, he'd been through his own kind of hell. People here looked after him.
Yeah, you told me about that. What had happened to him?
If he'd wanted you to know, he would have told you, wouldn't he? Anyway, when the time came when the water was running out, he and I were living together. He was a different man then. He'd got new strength.
From you?
Maybe. I like to think that I helped. Anyway, he convinced them that there was water here, and he got them started on the drilling. And he's kept them at it ever since. When they lose heart, he encourages them to try again. He sometimes even bullied them into it. And when the money runs out, he works his backside off doing anything he can to get more. He's begged, he's scrounged, he's sometimes even stolen, I think, to get money for that drill. To keep this place alive, to keep it in one piece. That's the kind of man he is. He's my man. The only one that's ever truly made me feel like a woman. What you saw this morning doesn't change any of that. It just complicates things, that's all. For both of us.
I was wrong. I'm sorry.
Too bloody true you were.
Do you think there's water here?
I don't know. But he's made the villagers believe there is, and that's what matters. He's kept them together. He's given them hope.
For how long?
For as long as he's around.
Good luck.
A remarkable man and an interesting story, but such a difficult relationship. Can it last?
Does anything? Forever?
It's a good thing that he's doing for the village.
It's a good thing that they're doing for each other. Love's a frightening thing, isn't it?
Yes. But then perhaps because it is so close to hate, neither would exist without the other.
Breakfast ready?
I know. I smell the coffee.
All right, come and get it.
Kalimera, Landros.
Kalimera.
Good morning.
Morning.
May we come in?
Well, I'm sorry, but...
It is important.
Yes, all right, come in.
Kalimera, κυρία Ζαφύρη.
Καλημέρα.
Is something wrong?
No, κυρία. Merely an inquiry.
In that case, unless you wish to speak with Leandros in private, I'm going to have my breakfast. I'm hungry.
Please.
I'm sorry, gentlemen. Do sit down. Now, what can I do for you?
You know this gentleman, I think.
Well, we've seen each other around. I think it was a good morning, that's all.
My name's Cooper, Mr. Haldane.
You were here on holiday?
I was.
Mr. Cooper is police officer.
Detective Chief Inspector, Leicester CID.
I see. What do you want with me? I mean, as far as I remember, in fact, I'm certain I've never been to Leicester in my life.
You had dinner 3 nights ago here in Alunda with an Englishman.
Yes.
And the next day you were seen driving away with him in his pickup truck.
So?
Well, there's a warrant out in England for his arrest.
On what charge?
Murder.
You're certain, are you? You're certain he's the right man?
Oh, I'm positive. I used to be on the case. Detective Sergeant in those days. Mind you, it's a long time ago. But I pride myself on never forgetting a face, and I thought I recognized him when I first saw him with you. Took some while for it to click, though. He's changed quite a bit.
If he's changed quite a bit, you could be wrong.
Oh, no. No, but to be certain, I had the major here lift some prints off a glass he'd used in the taverna. We put them on the wire, and my people checked them out. He's our man, all right.
This man's name is Neve, Duncan Neve.
Well, that may be what he's calling himself now, but his real name is Bernard Kingsley.
All right, if you say so. Who's he supposed to have murdered?
His wife.
You say this was a long time ago. How long?
Oh, close on 9 years.
He's been on the run ever since?
Yes.
Well, why did he kill his wife if he did?
Well, at the time, there was some talk of there being another woman. But when we checked it out, we found there was no truth in the matter. It was just malicious gossip.
Well, he must have had a motive, presumably.
Oh, yes. You see, Mrs. Kingsley was ill. She had some sort of a disease. I don't know what it was, but it was incurable. Anyway, she was half dead and suffering. The doctor said this could have gone on for months, years even. So Kingsley gave her an overdose of drugs.
So love and compassion. What was his motive?
A mercy killing.
Well, there's no such thing in English law, Mr. Haldane. You know that. No, Bernard Kingsley is wanted on a charge of murder.
All right, but he's not exactly another Christie, is he?
Well, it's not my job to make judgments like that, thank God. I'm just a police officer.
All right, what do you want from me?
You can tell us where he is. My friend, Crete is not such a big place. He will be found anyway, eventually. By telling me, you merely anticipate that which is inevitable and make it easier. Perhaps even for Mr. Kingsley.
If I don't?
Obstructing the police is a crime, Landros. If you refuse to answer, I shall have to arrest you. Believe that. With regret, but I will have no choice. So, once more I ask you, and I shall not ask you again. Here. Where is Bernard Kingsley?
Meligala. He's in Meligala.
Is that correct? Thank you. For an arrest involving extradition proceedings, I must inform my superiors in Athens. It is a formality, but necessary. I will do it now, from my office. Kalimera, Kyrie Zafiri. Leandros.
Mr. Cooper?
Yes?
That man is doing something very special up in the mountains. Now, do you really have to take him back for trial on what is, after all, an act of kindness?
Yes, Mr. Haldane, I do.
Can't you see how much he's been punished already by himself? I mean, can you see the agonies he's already been through?
Yes, I think so. But I think it would have been even worse for him. You see, Bernard Kingsley is a Roman Catholic. And so was his wife. And so am I.
Where would I run to?
Well, I know places from the war near Stakia. Places that no one would ever find you. I have friends up there who get in touch with them. I mean, they probably...
What is it? What's he doing here?
It's all right, she knows everything.
What's the matter?
The police are coming to arrest me.
Because of you?
No. When I was in Alunda, someone recognized me. Detective from Leicester on holiday. Went to the local gendarmes.
But you must have told them where he was living.
He had no choice, Sam. Anyway, they'd got on to where I was sooner or later. Holden came to warn me he wants to take me to Sfakia, somewhere I can hide.
You know of a place?
Yeah.
Where he'd be safe?
A damn sight safer than he is here. Maybe later on I can get him across to Egypt or the Lebanon in a Kaiki.
Well, why are you doing this? Well, what's he to you? He's a criminal, a murderer. They must have told you that.
I know he killed his wife, but I know why he did it.
So how come you're risking your neck for him? I mean, coming here, offering to hide him. That's against the law.
At the moment, I'm more interested in justice.
Do you believe that? Do you trust him?
Yes.
What the hell are we hanging about for, then? I'll go and get our things together. It won't take a minute.
No, Sam. You're not going. Neither am I.
What? You crazy?
If Cooper takes you back to England and you stand trial and you're convicted, you could get life.
He's right. So for God's sake, don't be so bloody stupid. Run.
No, I've had enough of that. Running, hiding. Tell the truth, I don't know why I ran in the first place. Nothing for me to live for, in prison or out. Not then. Just animal instinct, I suppose, self-preservation.
You've got something to live for now.
Not in Egypt, I haven't.
What about me?
Right now, no one has anything against you. The police can't touch you. I'll tell them you know nothing about me. But if we go with Haldane, you'll be a fugitive, too. I don't want that. I'm tired, Sam. I'm getting old. I think I always knew this would happen one day. In a way, it's a relief.
Oh, Duncan, please.
It wouldn't work. The time would come when they'd catch up with me again. With us. This way I'll get it over and done with. No more looking over my shoulder. No more being afraid. That's what I want. And that's the truth.
When are they going to be here?
Pretty soon. They must have left by now.
God knows what'll become of this village now, Haldane. She's my only real worry. My one regret.
Came to warn him. He could have made a run for it. I think he would have made it, too. I was going to help him. But he wouldn't go.
Don't believe him. I owe him 1,500 drachma. He came to collect it.
Bernard Kingsley?
Yes?
I'm Detective Chief Inspector Cooper. You know why I'm here?
Yes.
You'll be held in custody by the Major, pending extradition proceedings.
Well, why bother with all that? I'll go with you whenever you like.
If anybody moves, I'm going to blow their head off. Come on, Duncan, you too, Haldane. We're moving and nobody's going to follow us. Come on, both of you, into the car.
Give me the gun, Sam. No commitment. Remember? Together, but separate. That's what we agreed, didn't we? Well, this is something I have to do separately. Give me the gun. Look after her.
Thank you, Mr. Kingsley.
Let's go. Please.
We won't need those. Come on.
Thanks for coming.
Anything I can do to help?
Yes. Tell Sam. Tell her to take care of herself, huh?
It is unfair, do you not think, Landros? A cruel joke of the gods, perhaps. We can never shake ourselves free of what once was, for the past hunts with us, like our shadow.
You didn't come to the airport?
No. We had one tearful farewell. That's not really my scene, nor his.
He asked me to tell you to look after yourself.
I'm going to.
Is there anything that I can do to...
There isn't.
Before Cooper left, he said that he thought the courts might accept a plea of not guilty to murder, but guilty of manslaughter. If they do, well, he could get away with a suspended sentence. He also said at worst he'd spend 3 years in prison.
Then he'll be back, won't he? Next month? Or the month after that? Or in 3 years' time? I'll be waiting.
It could be 3 years, Sam. That's a long time.
I can wait. These people here have waited longer for their water. They may have to go on waiting longer still.
Duncan is not a young man. If he has to go to prison, he'll be...
He'll be 60, which is just about the same age I was when he found me.
Well, what are you waiting for? Sitting around like this isn't going to find water, and that's what he wanted for you. Drill, damn you, drill! Drill, do you hear me? Drill! You owe him that, and he's coming back.
She's staying. She's going to wait for him.
Of course.